What's going on, guys? It's Tommy, and I'm coming at you with an action figure review. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Hasbro The Black Series, Jedi Master Soul from the Acolyte series. This is probably one of my favorite characters from the show, right underneath his Padawan, Jeki Lon, and I was really excited to finally get Master Soul in from my pre-order with Big Bad Toy Store. That's where I go for most of my mainline Black Series pre-orders. I'm a heavy Black Series collector, and I've had a lot of experience with Big Bad. I highly recommend their service to you. Jedi Master Soul was a mainline Black Series figure for 2024. You can pretty much find him anywhere right now as far as Walmart, Target, places like that, and most of your other big box retailers. This guy comes in the standard packaging for the Black Series right now. You do have your Black Series logo at the top, a nice big plastic window showing you the figure and its accessory. You have that he is number 2 in the Acolyte line, as well as the character's name here. Down here in red, you have the Star Wars The Acolyte series name. On the side of the box, you do have Master Soul with his mural art here, a little bit of a background from the Jedi Temple, and you do have his name down at the bottom. On the back of the box, you have that same mural image we saw on the front, blown up a bit, and then you have a bio, just a generic bio for the Acolyte series. This one reads, "At the end of the High Republic era, a former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront turn out to be far more sinister and personal than anticipated." And again, it just reiterates he is number 2 for the Acolyte series. But aside from that, that's about it as far as presentation and packaging goes for this guy. I'm super excited to get this one opened up, so let's do just that. Alrighty, here's Master Soul out of the box. Before we check him out, let's check out his one accessory, that being his trusty lightsaber. This is going to come with a nice kind of gunmetal gray plastic with some nice black paint applications here. You will see there is a little peg sculpted in so that you can hook the lightsaber onto his belt, and they do give you a nice blue translucent plastic for the blade. Like all lightsabers in the Black Series, this blade does separate from the hilt, and that's what that looks like when it's separated. And we'll set this off to the side for now so that we can check out the figure. So here is Master Soul. I gotta say right out the gate, I mean, the likeness I think looks perfect to the actor here. This just screams Jedi Master Soul. I love what they've done with the head sculpt. All the paint applications on the face look great, and the hair is sculpted very, very nicely as well. This just screams prequel era Jedi to me, and that's what a lot of this show really made me feel, was a lot of nostalgia for the prequel trilogy from when I was a kid, as that was a lot of my Star Wars experience. You know, I think the Acolyte did a good job kind of emulating that prequel era feel. You'll see he's got this nice, big, clunky, soft goods robe on. I think they did a great job. I like the choice with this particular figure to sew the top of the hood down so that, one, the robes lay a little bit more naturally, and two, I don't think Soul ever puts the hood on when his hair is long like this. I know maybe he does in the flashback episodes, but not when it's like this. And again, I'm probably going to pose this figure with this Jedi robe anyway, just because he wears it for the vast majority of his screen time in the show. So, but we'll take it off for now so that we can check out the sculpted detail and painted detail underneath. One of the things I absolutely love, and I just have to point out right away, is the armor pieces on the gauntlets and the hands here. I love the shiny silver paint that they've gone with on these. These look fantastic, and that was something that I really, really liked about these figures here, was that they went for the Acolyte series kind of with it almost reminds me of the Clone Wars era Jedi, where they have those gauntlets, and it's very, very nice, especially, you know, since Baylan and Shin Hati have those in the Ahsoka series. I think it helps the continuity a little bit more that they include those. He's got some really nice details here. You've got some nice yellow plastic for that outer battle tunic kind of thing going on. The belt is done with a very nice plethora of paint details. You have gold for the belt buckle, you have some black, some silver, some gunmetal gray for the communicator. You have a pouch here on the side that's painted as well. They've done a really good job painting this figure up and giving him the detail he deserves, you know, because it's the Jedi. They don't really have that much to paint, so I appreciate when they go in with the little details, especially on the utility belts, and just go the extra mile there. And then obviously down at the boots, again, very barren, no paint applications whatsoever. Some great sculpt work, but, you know, know, again, nothing really to write home for when it comes to the paint applications. Looking at Master Soul's articulation, this is going to be pretty standard for 2024. You've got a double ball jointed neck, which has got some really nice range there. Soul can look down just a little bit. He can look up a decent amount, even though he has that sculpted hair back there. You get some nice tilt out of him, which is going to be hindered just a little bit by the sculpted hair, and obviously the head can twist back and forth. He does have some butterfly joints that are tucked underneath the rubbery overlay that makes this outside tunic here. That's going to have some really, really nice range. I love that it's actually not hindered by the tunic. Great job on Hasbro's part. He's got some deep cut single jointed elbows. These are going to bend a little past the 90-degree mark, and they do have a swivel there as well. And then of course here at the wrists, he does have two vertical wrist joints here. So one on the right and then one on the left. He does also feature a trigger finger in that left hand. He's got a ball joint here at the midsection, which even though he's got that big bulky Jedi belt, that's not going to be hindered at all. So again, very nice job on Hasbro's part. These rubbery plastic pieces for the bottom of the tunic kind of jump up here, leaving you with a ball joint at the hips, which does have some really nice range. Soul does have a cut for a thigh swivel, which is good. And then he's got some deep cut single jointed knees. Those are going to get you past that 90-degree mark, and they do also feature a swivel. And then down at the bottom, he has a forward-facing pin for rocker, as well as just a pretty good, actually, amount of forward on that ankle hinge, and he's got a good amount of back too. So again, great articulation. This is pretty standard for the Black Series as of 2024. Let's get his accessory on him, and we'll pose him up a little bit here. So you'll see there is a little peg hole on the left side of Soul's belt, and you will attach the lightsaber hilt to that. It's going to hold there with friction, and as you can see, it's going to pass the shake test. So if you want to have Soul with his lightsaber on his belt, it'll look great. Connecting the blade into the hilt is very easy, and getting Soul to hold the weapon is also pretty easy. Soul's got a really good grip on the lightsaber there, and as you can see, it's going to pass the shake test. It doesn't really move at all in the hand, and thanks to those awesome butterfly joints, Soul can actually hold the lightsaber in two hands with great ease. If you want to get this Jedi robe back on, I recommend just kind of putting his arms behind him and just kind of feeding the arms into the sleeves of the robe. And then as you can see, it's very easy to get that back on. And like I said, I mean, he wore this for the majority of the show, and he had some of the best action sequences from this series. So to have the robes here is great, and that they're soft goods is even better. It's going to give for some great articulation here. Here we go with a nice wide battle-ready stance. And again, the Jedi robes flow very nicely. They get out of the way. They move very naturally. I like the way it looks. Here's a good pose for Soul, just kind of running into battle here. You'll see that I've got him in a very easy to get into pose. He balances very nicely, and again, one foot up here, he's looking like a very good action pose for the shelf. And here's Soul next to Jeki and Osha. I think these guys scale really, really well together, and I think they've done a good job kind of building the main crew for the most part from this show. And I'm hoping we do get some more figures from this show. I'd love to see some more of the Jedi, and I'd love to build out that team. These guys look great together. So I definitely think you should get this figure. I think he's super cool. He'll look great with a Jedi display if you're a prequel Jedi collector, and I also think just in general he's a great Star Wars action figure. He's definitely worth the pickup. But with that being said, guys, thanks for checking out the review. If you did and you're not yet subscribed to Blitz Transmissions. I've got awesome Star Wars content coming out all the time. Make sure to check me out on social media. All of the links are in the description below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll catch you for the next one. May the Force be with you.